On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Church.
A building or institution dedicated to religious worship or activities, a Christian religious organization or denomination.
Examples:
Church bell. Small church. The church on the corner is hosting a free community meal tonight.
Packed.
Extremely full of people, very crowded.
Examples:
Packed audience. A romance-packed movie. The drama is fascinating and action-packed.
Creak.
To make a high-pitched, sharp, and screeching sound, especially made when you step on the door, floorboard, etc.
Examples:
Begin to creak. Shoes creak. The door creaked when I opened it slowly.
Pew.
A long bench or seating area, typically found in churches, designed to accommodate multiple people during religious services.
Examples:
Empty pew. Wooden pew. The church was filled with people sitting on the pews, listening to the sermon.
Drape.
To arrange or hang cloth or clothing loosely over something, typically in a decorative way, to cover or decorate loosely with material.
Examples:
Drape a coat. Drape a curtain. She draped a shawl over her shoulders to keep warm.
Worn out.
Exhausted or fatigued from overuse or prolonged activity, no longer effective or functional due to excessive wear or use.
Examples:
Feeling worn out. Worn out machinery. The old carpet in the living room was so worn out that it needed to be replaced.
Fabric.
Cloth or other material produced by weaving wool, cotton, silk, etc., used for making clothes, covering furniture, etc.
Examples:
A hand-loomed fabric. Fabric of creation. These synthetic fabrics are used in military vests because of their excellent abrasion resistance.
Choir.
A group of singers, especially one that sings in a church or cathedral.
Examples:
Quintet choir. Choir performance. The gospel choir sang beautifully at the church service.
Baptize.
To make someone officially a member of the Christian church by baptism, equals a form of Christian ritual purification.
Examples:
Baptize a baby. Baptize with water. The priest baptized my father on his deathbed.
Nonetheless.
In spite of what has just been said or done, nevertheless.
Examples:
We are nonetheless confident. Love him nonetheless. They each choose nonetheless to battle.
Suspense.
A state of uncertain or anxious anticipation or waiting, a feeling of excitement or apprehension that arises from the uncertainty of an outcome.
Examples:
Suspense thriller. Suspense-filled movie. The mystery novel was full of suspense, keeping readers on the edge of their seats until the end.
Salvation.
Preservation or deliverance from harm, ruin, or loss.
Examples:
Salvation Army. The salvation of the individual soul. For many, the church was the only source of salvation in harsh times.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Palm.
The inner surface of the hand from the wrist to the base of the fingers, any plant of the family Palmae having an unbranched trunk crowned by large pinnate or palmate leaves.
Examples:
The palm side of the forearm. Coconut palm trees. This high-performance camera is compact enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Complain.
To say dissatisfaction or annoyance about something or somebody.
Examples:
Complain about a job. Call and complain frequently. Our users are often complaining about the slow application.
Unfair.
Not giving equal treatment or opportunities to people involved, marked by injustice, partiality, or deception.
Examples:
Unfair employment practices. Have an unfair advantage. In a democracy, it is necessary to monitor the judiciary to see if it is making unfair decisions.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Anxious.
Worried and nervous.
Examples:
Anxious about his health. An anxious look. He cast anxious glances behind her.
Lord.
A person who has general authority, control, or power over others, a man of noble rank or high office.
Examples:
A young lord. Lord of castle. The feudal lord had ruled the land for many years.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Rage.
A strong feeling of anger or violence.
Examples:
Uncontrollable rage. Fall into a rage. She was filled with a burning rage at the injustice she had witnessed.
Rapture.
A feeling of extreme pleasure and happiness or excitement.
Examples:
With an expression of rapture. Feel great rapture. He gazed at the actor in rapture.
Midnight.
The middle point of the night, usually defined as 12 a.m. or the start of a new day.
Examples:
Midnight snack. Midnight shift. I stayed up until midnight watching my favorite movie.
Demon.
An evil spirit, supernatural being or entity often depicted as malevolent or harmful.
Examples:
Demon hunter. Cast demon eyes. The actor's portrayal of the demon in the horror movie was terrifying.
Plague.
Any epidemic disease with a high death rate, also called pest, a serious, sometimes fatal, infection spread by rats that causes fever and swellings on the body.
Examples:
Catch the plague. Deadly plague. Our farm experienced a plague of locusts this year.
Antichrist.
Of Christian theology, a person or figure who opposes or seeks to replace Jesus Christ and establishes themselves as an object of worship in competition with him.
Examples:
Self-proclaimed Antichrist. Antichrist prophecy. The totalitarian government was often called an Antichrist power due to its oppressive and harmful policies.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
Strike up a conversation. Strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Congregation.
A group of people assembled, typically in a church or synagogue, for religious worship or other communal purposes, a gathering or collection of people or things in a specific location or context.
Examples:
Speak before a congregation. Religious congregation. The church's youth group organized a retreat for the whole congregation.
Deacon.
In some Christian denominations, an ordained minister ranks below a priest, a layperson chosen to assist and support a priest or pastor in their religious duties, often involved in serving the community and performing charitable acts.
Examples:
Deacon robe. Newly appointed deacon. The deacon's role in our church primarily focuses on outreach and charity work.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Elderly.
A polite word for old.
Examples:
A home for the elderly. Elderly woman. The elderly woman is quite energetic.
Cotton.
A plant that is grown in warm countries and bears bolls containing seeds with soft and long hairs that are made into textile fiber and thread for sewing.
Examples:
Cotton cloth. Culture of cotton. The price of raw cotton continued to rise.
Crease.
A line or mark made by folding or wrinkling a surface or material, a slight ridge or fold in fabric or paper caused by pressing or folding.
Examples:
Crease in fabric. Deep crease. The shirt had a noticeable crease along the sleeve from being folded.
Noble.
Having or showing excellent personal qualities or high moral principles that people admire.
Examples:
A noble family. Noble gas. He is a noble-minded man.
Clay.
A natural, earthy material that is made up of very small particles of minerals and can be molded when wet and then fired to produce ceramics.
Examples:
Clay animation. Soft clay ground. The sculptor carefully molded the clay into the desired shape.
Medieval.
Relating to or belonging to the Middle Age, that is for the period of A.D. 600 to AD 1450.
Examples:
Medieval times. Medieval history. Only the medieval tower remained standing.
Predecessor.
A person who held a position or office before the current holder.
Examples:
The words of a predecessor. Predecessor model. The new CEO is the predecessor of the former CEO.
Sneak.
To go somewhere, or take someone or something somewhere secretly or stealthily. To steal or do something secretly or stealthily.
Examples:
Sneak a cigarette. Sneak out of danger. The children tried to sneak out and eat the candy.
Heaven.
Of various religious and mythological traditions, a place or state of existence considered to be the abode of the divine, the afterlife, or a higher realm of being, a state of great happiness, contentment, or beauty.
Examples:
Ascend to heaven. Heaven on earth. He felt like heaven when he tasted the delicious chocolate cake.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Dirge.
A mournful or melancholic song or poem, typically performed at a funeral or during a time of mourning.
Examples:
Dirge-like music. Medieval dirge. The mournful dirge played at the funeral brought tears to everyone's eyes.
Grip.
The act of holding on to something firmly with your hands, or the ability to do so. Verb, to hold fast or firmly.
Examples:
Grip of fear. Lose my grip. He had a firm grip on the rope as he climbed the mountain.
Firm.
Resolute or unwavering in decision-making or action, strong or secure in structure, make or composition, reliable, trustworthy, or dependable. Noun, a business or company.
Examples:
Firm grip. Accounting firm. The firm deadline for submitting the project is tomorrow, so we need to work efficiently to finish on time.
Clench.
To close tightly or grip firmly, to contract or stiffen, especially as in response to stress or pain, to tighten or compress.
Examples:
Clench teeth. Clench muscles. He clenched his fist in anger when he heard the bad news.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game. Student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Wheat.
A cereal plant that is the most important kind grown in temperate countries, the grain of which is ground to make flour for bread, pasta, pastry, etc.
Examples:
Harvesting wheat. Wheat crop. The farmer grew wheat on his land.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Chaff.
The husks or straw-like material that surrounds the grain seeds, often separated during the threshing process, worthless or useless parts or things.
Examples:
Separate wheat from the chaff. Soybean chaff. The professor required his students to examine the chaff in historical documents to understand the era better.
Disbeliever.
A person who does not believe in something, such as a religion or idea.
Examples:
Persuade a disbeliever. Stubborn disbeliever. Despite the evidence, she remained a disbeliever in the theory of evolution.
Savior.
A person who rescues a people from harm or danger. In Christianity, Jesus Christ, who is a teacher and prophet born in Bethlehem and active in Nazareth.
Examples:
Political savior. Pray to the Savior. The guru of that religion thought of himself as a savior.
Disappointment.
The feeling of sadness, frustration, or dissatisfaction that arises when something does not live up to one's expectations or hopes.
Examples:
Disappointment in the result. Disappointment with the service. The cancellation of the concert was a huge disappointment for the fans.
Doubt.
A feeling of being uncertain about something, especially about how good or accurate it is.
Examples:
Dispel doubts. No doubt about the news. Doubt is the start, not the end, of intelligence.
Upset.
Causing or marked by anxiety, uneasiness, trouble, or grief. Verb, to make someone anxious, unhappy, or angry.
Examples:
Get upset. Have an upset stomach. He was awfully upset by the news.
Behalf.
Represent, advantage, benefit, the interest of someone.
Examples:
On behalf of our management. On his own behalf. I gave witness on her behalf.
Dupe.
To deceive or trick someone into believing something that is not true. To cheat or swindle someone. Noun, a person who has been deceived or tricked into believing something that is not true, often by someone who is trying to take advantage of them.
Examples:
Dupe him into believing. Dupe the public. He tried to dupe me into buying a product that didn't work.
Hoodwink.
To deceive or trick someone by misleading them or giving a false impression.
Examples:
Hoodwink the elderly couple into buying. Hoodwink investors. You shouldn't trust every email you receive, as scammers often try to hoodwink people with phishing emails.
Bamboozle.
To deceive or trick someone by confusing or misleading them.
Examples:
Bamboozle him into believing. Bamboozle the voters with empty promises. She tried to bamboozle me with her confusing explanation, but I saw through her tricks.
Yield.
The total output of crops, profits, etc. that are produced. Verb, to produce or supply helpful something, such as a profit, an amount of food, or information.
Examples:
Corn yield. The yield on the bond. The company's stock gives a high yield.
Temptation.
The desire to do or have something that you know you should not do or have, the act of influencing by exciting hope or desire.
Examples:
Withstand temptation. Many temptations. Researchers often succumb to the temptation of accolades and commit research misconduct.
Dip.
To put something into a liquid for a short time and take it out again.
Examples:
Dip a pen in ink. Dip a chip in the sauce. Please dip up a bucket full of water from the well.
Snot.
Mucus produced by the nose, often mixed with saliva or other secretions that can be expelled by blowing the nose or sneezing.
Examples:
Runny snot. Excess snot production. The child wiped away the sticky snot from his nose with a tissue.
Induce.
To persuade someone to do something, to cause to act in a specific manner.
Examples:
Induce a crisis. Induce him to see a doctor. The lack of sleep induces both physical and psychological diseases.
Peter.
To fail or lose power, efficiency, or value gradually before coming to an end.
Examples:
Eventually peter out. Begin to peter out. The music just petered out.
Announce.
To make something known or officially inform people about something.
Examples:
Announce candidacy. Announce the award winners. The third season of the anime show has been announced.
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium. Millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.
Zone.
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Ridiculous.
Very silly or unreasonable and deserving to be laughed at.
Examples:
A ridiculous amount of money. A ridiculous suggestion. Everyone regarded the theory he advocated as ridiculous but was later proven correct.
Certitude.
A state of complete confidence or certainty, the quality of being assured or convinced beyond doubt.
Examples:
Certitude belief, certitude theory. I have no certitude about what the future holds.
Trace.
To find or discover someone or something that was lost.
Examples:
Trace a telephone call. Trace back to medieval times. Let's trace the origins of some familiar foreign words.
Drama.
A play in a theater, television, or radio, or performance on a stage.
Examples:
Secular drama. Upcoming crime drama. She had an audition for drama school.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Dawn.
The time of day when the sun's light starts to show in the sky.
Examples:
The wan light of dawn. Crack of dawn. Missile assaults on the capital continued around dawn.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
Refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Faith.
Complete trust in something or someone's ability or knowledge, a strong belief in religion, divine power, etc.
Examples:
Religious faith. Faith in government. He kept his robust faith in his company.
Oak.
A large deciduous tree that is common in northern regions and produces small nuts called acorns.
Examples:
The wine in giant oak vats. Old oak trees. Large oak trees cast a shadow in the garden.
Cliff.
A steep rock face, especially one at the edge of the sea or a river.
Examples:
A bold cliff. Cliff diving. He stood at the edge of the cliff and looked out to sea.
Burglar.
A person who unlawfully enters a building or other property to steal or commit another crime.
Examples:
Ex-convict burglar. Caught the burglar. The skilled burglar bypassed the alarm system and entered the house without making a sound.
Broth.
A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews.
Examples:
Chicken broth. Remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
intern civilians, medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Wit.
The ability to say or write things or ideas in a clever and humorous way.
Examples:
the wit of man. Full of wit. He has the wit to keep talking about this topic.
Temple.
A place of worship, especially one that is associated with a particular religion or faith, the flat area on either side of the forehead.
Examples:
temple complex. A tour guide at the temple. He visited the temple to pray and make offerings to the gods.
Finance.
The management of money, credit, banking, and investments, especially by a government or commercial organization, the branch of economics that studies the management of money and other assets.
Examples:
Finance Act. Manage my finances. Our company decided to hire an advisor who specializes in finance.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Congress.
A formal meeting of the representatives of different countries, constituent states, organizations, trade unions, political parties, or other groups.
Examples:
an international congress. Peace Congress. Congress must consider this proposal in an unusual situation.
Halt.
To bring or come to a stop, to force to stop moving or operating.
Examples:
halt production. Halt progress. The train came to a halt at the station.
Rip.
To tear something or be torn violently or suddenly.
Examples:
rip a notebook apart. Rip a hole in the roof. During transit, the stuff may rip off the luggage tag.
Seam.
A line of stitching or joining where two pieces of fabric or material are united. Also, a narrow furrow or fissure in rock or soil.
Examples:
uneven seam. The seam on the shoulder. She took the dress to the tailor to fix the torn seam.
Cruel.
Feeling or showing pleasure in causing pain or suffering to others.
Examples:
A cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel joke. The dictator was known for his cruel and oppressive regime.
Kneel.
To rest on someone's knee or knees.
Examples:
Kneel down and worship. Kneel and protest. The players are kneeling during the national anthem.
Faithful.
Loyal, constant, and steadfast in affection or allegiance.
Examples:
Faithful friend. Totally faithful. He remained faithful to his wife throughout their marriage.
Graveyard.
A cemetery, especially one in a churchyard.
Examples:
Graveyard of life. Bodies in a graveyard. The ancestral graveyard was peaceful, with rows of headstones and tall trees.
Brave.
Showing courage or fearlessness in the face of danger, difficulty, or adversity.
Examples:
Brave soldier. Brave decision. The brave firefighter rescued the family from the burning building.
Pilgrim.
A person who journeys, especially a long distance, to a sacred place as an act of religious devotion.
Examples:
Shrine for pilgrims. Pilgrim site. The group of pilgrims walked in silence, deep in thought and prayer.
Mecca.
A city and administrative center of the Mecca province of Saudi Arabia and the holiest city in Islam.
Examples:
Tourist Mecca. Mecca for surfers. The building has become a Mecca for fans of the movie.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Miserable.
Very unhappy, uncomfortable, or unpleasant, causing great distress or suffering.
Examples:
Miserable weather. Miserable experience. She felt miserable after her dog passed away.
Folk.
People in general, especially those of a particular group or type.
Examples:
Folk art. The folk songs of a particular district. Some seaweed was used as folk medicine in ancient times.
Yearn.
To strongly desire or long for something.
Examples:
Yearn after my old days. Yearn for love. She yearned for the days when things were simpler.
Jack.
A mechanical device used for lifting or supporting heavy objects.
Examples:
A jack of all trades. A line and jack. He used a jack to lift the car to change the tire.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Proof.
A fact or piece of information that shows something is true or exists.
Examples:
Documentary proof. A geometric proof. Proof is better than argument.
Anyhow.
Anyway, regardless of what has happened or been said.
Examples:
Anyhow possible. Anyhow it turns out. Anyhow, let's change the subject because I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Cow.
A domesticated mammal with characteristic features such as a hump, large udders, and curved horns that is raised for its milk or meat.
Examples:
Cowherd. Dairy cow. The farmer milked the cows every morning before breakfast.
Desolate.
Deserted, barren, or lonely, causing a feeling of sadness or hopelessness.
Examples:
A desolate scene. Desolate moon. The deserted island was desolate and uninhabited.
Swamp.
An area of low-lying land that is flooded or saturated with water, often having a growth of natural vegetation.
Examples:
Muddy swamp. Swamp tour. The lowland swamp was full of dangerous animals and poisonous plants.
Capitalism.
An economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit.
Examples:
Advance capitalism. Under the umbrella of capitalism. Capitalism also guarantees intellectual property rights and thus promotes innovation.
Revolutionary.
Relating to or characterized by a complete or dramatic change.
Examples:
Revolutionary change. Enforce revolutionary justice. The revolutionary leader inspired others to join the fight for freedom and democracy.
Non-profit.
Not established for commercial profit.
Examples:
A non-profit organization. Non-profit agency. Our law firm also focuses on non-profit activities.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Countless.
Too numerous to be counted or very many.
Examples:
Countless hours. Answer countless questions. There are countless methods for dealing with stress.
Entrepreneur.
An individual who creates or invests in one or more businesses, especially when this involves taking financial risks.
Examples:
A successful entrepreneur. Billionaire entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs willingly accept business risks to achieve success.
Nook.
A small corner, alcove, or recess, especially one in a room or garden, providing a seat or space for quiet.
Examples:
Every nook and cranny. Breakfast nook. The kitchen nook was perfect for coffee and chatting with friends.
Cranny.
A small, narrow opening or crack, especially in a wall or rock.
Examples:
A cranny in the corner. Look in every nook and cranny. The mouse squeezed into the tiniest cranny of the wall to avoid being caught by the cat.
Preach.
To deliver a religious or moral message to an audience.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Preach to the masses. The pastor preached about the importance of forgiveness.
Gospel.
A set of beliefs or teachings of a particular religious group, especially when considered authoritative or sacred.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Gospel music. The gospel of love and forgiveness is central to their religion.
Bind.
To tie or fasten someone or something tightly with rope, string, etc., so that they cannot move or are held together strongly.
Examples:
Bind the man's hands. Bind old letters into a bundle. The company's rules bind the employees' working hours.
Evangelist.
A person who seeks to convert others to their religious beliefs, especially through public preaching.
Examples:
Television evangelist. Technology evangelist. The religious evangelist traveled the world, spreading the gospel and winning converts.
Alumni.
The plural form of alumnus or alumna, former students or graduates of an educational institution or program.
Examples:
Alumni network. Alumni relations. Many alumni of our college have become successful in their chosen fields.
Replica.
An exact copy of something such as a work of art.
Examples:
Miniature replica. Exact replica. An artist sculpted a full-size replica of her body.
Whale.
A very large sea mammal that has a streamlined body and breathes through a blowhole on the head. A very large person, impressive in size or qualities.
Examples:
A bull whale. Whale watching. Some countries have a culture of eating the flesh of a whale.
Celebrated.
Renowned for possessing admirable attributes.
Examples:
Celebrated artist. Celebrated paper. 3 celebrated tenors performed during the president's inauguration.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Pride.
A feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's achievements.
Examples:
Pride of a company. Hide his pride. She took great pride in her work, always striving for perfection.
Asset.
Something or someone that is useful or valuable quality, skill, etc., valuable property.
Examples:
Frozen assets. Liquid assets of the company. A sense of humor is an invaluable asset in this job.
Surpass.
To be or do better than someone or something. To excel or go beyond the limits or standards of something.
Examples:
Surpass imagination. Surpass $20 billion in sales. The athlete's record-breaking performance surpassed all expectations.
Trillion.
The number 1 trillion, a million million.
Examples:
Trillion cubic feet. Many trillions of dollars. 1 light year is nearly 6 trillion miles.
Urban.
Relating to or located in a town or city.
Examples:
Urban planning. Urban property owners. Only a small number of urban utilities offer sanitation services.
Vacant.
Not occupied or in use, empty, showing no indication of thought or life, lacking expression or animation.
Examples:
Vacant land. Vacant position. The real estate agent showed me a vacant apartment perfect for my needs.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Backpack.
A bag or pack that is worn on the back, often used for carrying books, equipment, or supplies.
Examples:
Backpackers hostel. Backpacking trip. I packed my backpack with all the necessary camping gear for our trip.
Homeless.
Without a home, and therefore typically living on the streets.
Examples:
Homeless shelter. A homeless cat. He became homeless after losing his job.
Shelter.
A structure built to protect from poor weather, danger, or attack. Verb, to protect or shield from harm or adversity, particularly relating to environmental conditions or danger.
Examples:
Rainproof shelter. Anti-air raid shelter. They need food and shelter.
Pension.
A regular payment to a person made by the government or a private company that is intended to allow them to subsist without working.
Examples:
A disability pension. Public pension funds. Because of the country's poor economic prospects, the number of pension defaulters has been increasing.
Cab.
A taxi or other vehicle that can be hired for transportation, the compartment from which a vehicle, such as a train or truck, is driven.
Examples:
Taxi cab. Yellow cab. I hailed a cab to take me to the airport.
Salary.
A fixed amount of money that employees, especially those who work in an office, receive for doing their job, usually paid every month.
Examples:
A handsome salary. Salary after taxes. What are your annual salary expectations?
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Revelation.
A fact that has been disclosed to others, especially a surprising one, the act of revealing or telling the fact or truth to others, communication of knowledge to humans by a divine or supernatural agency.
Examples:
A divine revelation. The revelation of a secret. The shocking revelation embarrassed the administration.
Glaring.
Extremely noticeable or obvious, often in a way that is unpleasant or unpleasantly bright. Glaring example. Glaring omission. The glaring sun was making it difficult to see while driving.
Inequality.
The unfairness of a society in which some people have more opportunity, money, etc. than others. Mathematics, relation between two values when they are different.
Examples.
Inequality in salary. Algebraic inequality. There are several causes of economic inequality within societies.
Pity.
A feeling of sorrow and compassion caused by the suffering or misfortunes of others, an object of contempt or disdain.
Examples.
Allow self-pity. Pity speech. It is a pity that the concert had to be cancelled due to the storm.
Disturb.
To interrupt someone who is trying to work, sleep, etc.
Examples.
Disturb the peace. Disturb his sleep. Tourists frequently disturb the island's delicate natural balance.
Dialysis.
A medical treatment that removes waste and excess fluids from the blood of a patient with kidney failure.
Examples.
Dialysis nurse. Dialysis machine. Regular dialysis treatments are necessary for those with kidney failure.
Kidney.
Either of a pair of small organs in the body that filter waste products, especially urea, from the blood and excrete them and water in urine.
Examples.
An artificial kidney. Chronic kidney disease. The surgeon removed the healthy kidney from the donor.
Transplant.
To move or transfer something from one place or person to another, to take living tissue or an organ from one person, animal, part of the body, etc. and put it into or onto another.
Examples.
Transplant a heart. Transplant my family to America. He tried to transplant the seedling into a larger pot.
Bootstrap.
A loop or strap on a boot that is used to pull it on, a self-starting process, often in IT or business, that is designed for beginning or continuing without external assistance.
Examples.
Bootstrap method. Bootstrap framework. Many startups use bootstrap funding to get their businesses off the ground.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples.
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Systemic.
Affecting or related to the whole of something, especially the human body or a society.
Examples.
The systemic arteries. Systemic reforms of the organization. This vaccine causes mild systemic side effects.
Ward.
A room in a hospital for patients requiring special care.
Examples:
A children's ward. Ward nurse. The patient was moved to the intensive care ward for further treatment.
Unwashed.
Not cleaned or purified, untidy or unkempt in appearance or manner, lacking in refinement or sophistication.
Examples:
Unwashed hair. Unwashed vegetable. The dirty clothes remained unwashed in the hamper for weeks.
Accommodate.
To provide someone with a place to live or to be stored in, to make fit for or to change to suit a new purpose.
Examples:
Accommodate a person with money. Accommodate these needs. This large SUV accommodates 8 people.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Tongue.
A movable mass of muscle tissue covered with mucous membrane that is in the mouth, a language.
Examples:
Native tongue. Tongue cancer. The tongue is boneless, but it is as strong as bones.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Infallible.
Incapable of making mistakes or being wrong, never failing, always accurate.
Examples:
Infallible leadership. Infallible plan. The CEO's business strategy was built on infallible market analysis and forecast.
Disbelief.
The feeling of not being able to believe or accept that something is true or real.
Examples:
Disbelief in the authority. Ask in disbelief. His reaction was one of complete disbelief.
Prophecy.
A statement or prediction that something will happen in the future, typically one made by a religious leader.
Examples:
Prophecy fulfillment. Prophecy of doom. The fortune teller's prophecy that I would meet my soulmate next year has yet to come true.
Bible.
The sacred writings of the Christian religions, consisting of the Old and New Testaments, a book regarded as authoritative in its field.
Examples:
A passage from the Bible. Believe Bible prophecy. Students have loved this textbook for many years as a biology Bible.
Worship.
To have or show a strong feeling of profound respect and admiration for a religious entity such as God or a god.
Examples:
Worship God. Absolutely worship. They traditionally worship their guru.
Desperately.
In a way that shows a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation, with great urgency.
Examples:
Desperately anxious. Desperately ill patient. The baby clung desperately to her mother.
Charismatic.
Having a strong and magnetic personality that attracts and influences others.
Examples:
Charismatic chairman. Charismatic personality. He was a charismatic leader and could persuade others to follow his ideas.
Technological.
Based on scientific and industrial progress.
Examples:
Technological advancement. Technological policy. Technological advances have disrupted many industries.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Brick.
A rectangular block of baked clay used as a building material.
Examples:
Brick wall. Dressed brick. The wall was made of hard bricks that had been used for centuries.
Unconscionable.
Not guided by conscience, unprincipled, unreasonable, excessively or shockingly excessive, unreasonably harsh or severe.
Examples:
Unconscionable behavior. Unconscionable decision. It is unconscionable that some companies exploit their workers for profit.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples:
Innovation leader. Cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Triple.
Consisting of 3 items or people, 3 times as great or many.
Examples:
A triple mirror. Triple digits. His coach is a triple Olympic champion.
Permission.
Consent or authorization given by someone in authority or by the owner of something, allowing someone to do something or allowing something to occur.
Examples:
Grant permission. Permission for permanent residence. I asked my boss for permission to leave early for a doctor's appointment.
Compel.
To force or require someone to do something, to exert a strong, irresistible force or pressure that makes someone act in a certain way.
Examples:
Compel a person to submission. Compel attention. The strict deadlines will compel the team to work efficiently.
Renounce.
To formally declare one's abandonment or rejection of something, especially a belief, claim, or right, to give up or relinquish a particular status, title, or position.
Examples:
Renounce a claim. Renounce citizenship. He renounced his title and lived a simpler life as a farmer.
Odds.
The degree or probability that a particular thing will or will not happen.
Examples:
Odds in favor. Odds of business. What are the odds that he will survive?
Miracle.
An act or occurrence that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore believed to be caused by God.
Examples:
Miracle person. Economic miracle. The doctor said that her recovery was a miracle.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples:
Biomass fuel. Smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
Heal a broken bone. Heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Comfort.
A state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint.
Examples:
Words of comfort. Comfort level. He found comfort in the warm embrace of his loved ones.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Humble.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's quality or importance.
Examples:
A humble cottage. Humble opinion. The nobler, the more humble.
Whisper.
To speak very quietly to somebody using the breath rather than the voice so that only those close to you can hear you.
Examples.
Answer in a whisper. The whisper of the leaves. He took me aside and whispered in my ear.